I've been tagged by the Troublemakers. Does that mean there's a hit out on me? If you don't know who the Troublemakers are, here's a short documentary. It's not very good, but it shows the truth. And all their links are in the description, including the Troublemakers channel, where they stream every Friday. I highly recommend you check it out. They created a main character tag, and they tagged me to take part in it. So, without further ado, let's learn some things about my main character in my first young adult novel, Chesney Adams. The first question is, what is your main character's name? How did you choose that name? And how does your main character feel about their name? I actually chose Chesney thanks to the brilliant suggestions from my followers. I was having a hard time choosing a name for my main character for this young adult novel, so I put it to a vote. I did have two names I had narrowed it down to. It was Chesney and I honestly don't even remember the other one, and Chesney came out ahead, so that's what I chose. Now, her last name of Adams just kind of came about randomly as I was writing. I didn't really have a last name. I didn't really care about the last name, but that's what came out as I was writing. How Chesney feels about her name, I don't really know. I haven't really gotten vibes one way or the other. The progression of the story hasn't told me that I chose the wrong name, so I guess she likes it. Some of her friends call her Chessie or Chess, depending on who is talking to her, but for the most part, it's Chesney. The second question, what is your main character's zodiac sign? I didn't really have an answer to this. I didn't even know Chesney's birthday, let alone her zodiac sign. So I had to do a little research, and I went and looked and read through the meanings of each of the zodiac signs, and the only one that really even came close to how I felt about Chesney was Taurus. So on the website that I was looking at, one part of the Taurus definition says, Taurians, which is a very hard word to say, enjoy relaxing in serene environments surrounded by soft sounds, soothing aromas, and succulent flavors. Definitely screamed Chesney to me with this one, because she is very much an introvert. She loves books. She loves, taking that time at the end of the day to recharge. But then it goes on to say, Taurus's Venusian influence make this earth sign the most sensual of the zodiac. These cosmic oxen are enchanted by any physical manifestation of comfort and luxury. Again, Chesney is a very big reader, a very big introvert. She loves to go home and be alone at the end of the day and just take the time to be under the comforter, watching television, listening to music, whatever it is, to calm her down before the next day comes about. So it's safe to say she's a Taurus. Whether that's going to come into play in the story or not, I don't know. Question number 3 is, what is your main character's relationship to the people who raised them? I'm not going to go too much into detail with this question because it's a little bit of a spoiler, but basically her mother is not around. She had passed away, and she used to be close with her father until her mother passed away, and now they're really not father and daughter. They just kind of live together. And you'll see what caused that when you read the book. What is your main character's most important memory prior to the start of your book? Again, a little bit of a spoiler because it has to do with her mom's death. So that's something that I can't really go into detail with, but definitely the most important memory for her before this story was her mom's murder. Your character walks into a library. What section do they head to first? I actually have a scene in the book where she is in the school library, and the section she goes to is romance. It's not to say that she would only read romance, but because this is a young adult romance and she is pining after somebody, she definitely reads a lot of romance. Question number 6. Would your character survive the Oregon Trail, and how? First of all, where the heck did this question come from, guys? I mean, what? What? Chesney, I think, would probably survive the Oregon Trail simply because she is so much of a loner. I don't think she would get close enough to get infected with anything. I don't think she would be the person, you know, like working on the carriage or whatever, you know, that could cause an injury. I think she would basically just be in the back of the group, trekking along, trying to get to where she's going. I don't think very much would affect her because I think for the most part, she likes to blend into the background. So definitely think she'd survive it. I think the only way she wouldn't survive the Oregon Trail would be her own stupidity, maybe. You know, tripping on a rock or something and slamming her head into a tree and dying, or, you know, something stupid like that. I think that's the only way she wouldn't survive it. Question number 7. What would your character ask for if they made a deal with a crossroads demon? I gotta say, it's as cliche as it is, probably would be to be the popular person, to get the love of her life, to notice her. In this story, she's trying to forget the person she likes because she thinks she can never be with him. But in the same vein, she's also finding that difficult because she just can't stop thinking about him. So I definitely think it would have to have something to do with Glenn if she had made a deal with a crossroads demon. I don't know that she would make a deal with the crossroads demon in the first place. She doesn't seem like the kind of person. But if she did get to that desperate point, it would definitely be something having to do with Glenn. The last question is, what will your character think about on their deathbed? Now, Chesney's only 18. So thinking about what she would think about on her deathbed is kind of difficult, but I think maybe would have something to do with her mom. She was very close with her mom before she died, so I definitely think it would have something to do with her mom. I don't know exactly what that would be, but I definitely think her mom would be at the forefront of her mind. Again, you know, depending on what else happens in her life, because she is only 18, but at this point in the story, I think it would have something to do with her mom because she just misses her so much. So that was the main character tag. It was so much fun. Thank you, Wallace and everybody, for tagging me in it and for giving me the inspiration to do this video. And to keep things rolling, I think I will tag everybody that follows me. If you are a subscriber to my channel and you are an author working on a book, even if it's your first book, even if you're unpublished, I want you to do this tag. I want to know about your main character. I love watching these kinds of videos. So get going, get answering the questions. There's only, 8 of them? That takes, maybe 20 minutes? Do it, people. Do it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next week when I post the footage from my vacation to Disney World. Have a great week.